A very beautiful morning to you viewers. How do you do? Welcome to Best Update TV, your number one news update channel. This is the breakfast table where we bring to you nuggets, information, poetry, did you know, and lots more to get your day started on the right note and with the right vibe. As you know, I am Alakija Elizabeth. Do stay tuned. A lot of us wait for a lot of moments to finally do what we really want to do. Stop waiting for Friday or for summer for you to go to that hangout you've been stalling, for someone to fall in love with you or vice versa, to say sorry or buy that special someone that gift you've been wanting to buy. There is no perfect day to live your life to its fullest. The perfect day will never come, as there will always be something more urgent and important than any other thing. Happiness is achieved when you stop waiting for it and make the most of the moment you are in now. You know how they say it. Live your best life now. On our poetry this morning, My Personal Quest by Patricia Fleming. For most of my life, I've been on a quest to discover just who I might be. Earnestly searching day after day, so desperate to recognize me. I felt moments of utter fulfillment and moments I couldn't go on. But I knew for the sake of my heart and soul to succeed, I would have to be strong. But the people around me seemed so lost themselves that I feared I might be on my own. But then there'd be someone who would reach out and help and remind me that I wasn't alone. I've wanted so much to be happy, to know what it was to feel alive. And I thought if I finally felt sure of myself, then the pains and struggles will cease. But I've learned that this journey is endless. The discoveries are fresh every day, and no matter how much I might know of myself, there will be times I'll still lose my way. And as I've grown older, I truly believe, and I may never know all I can be, but the answers are not waiting in the world, but I've always laid right inside of me. We are all on this quest to discover ourselves together, but through our own ways, overcoming whatever might get in our path so we can feel better someday. But always remember not to stray far from what matters and what's really true. In this life, you don't have to be perfect. In the end, you just have to be you. On my favorite segment this morning on Did You Know? Did you know the deepest place on earth is the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean? It is 36,201 feet deep. That's almost 7 miles. Did you know the longest river in the world is the River Nile? Clocking 6,853 kilometers in length, its water resources are shared by 11 different countries. Did you know the deepest freshwater lake in the world is Lake Baikal, located in Siberia? It plunges to a whopping depth of 5,315 feet. And finally, did you know lobsters are not biologically immortal? But they do produce an enzyme that repairs their cells and helps their DNA to replicate indefinitely. That's where the myth came from. On birthdays today is the birthday of Ibinabo Fiberesimi, a Nigerian actress and model, born on this day in 1973, and also Oyeleye Oyediran, a Nigerian political scientist, born on this day in 1934. Happy birthday to you guys, with love from Best Update TV. We wish you. On this day in history, Nigeria. January 13, 1931, Florence Uwakpa was born in Oguta. A novel, Efuru 1966, is among the first English language novels by a woman from Africa. Later, she went on to become the first African woman publisher of novels when she found the Tata Press. Also, on this day in 1970, Colonel Odumegu Ojukwu flees Biafra into exile, leaving his deputy Philip Effiong to surrender to the Nigerian army, unofficially ending the Nigerian Civil War. Internationally, in year 2000, Microsoft chairman Bill Gates steps aside as chief executive and promotes company's president Steve Ballmer to the position. On this day in 1930, Mickey Mouse comet stripped its fierce appearance. Also on this day internationally, in 1842, Dr. Williams Brydon, a surgeon in the British Army during the First Anglo-Afghan War, becomes famous for reputedly being the sole survivor of an army of 16,500 when he reaches the safety of garrison in Jalalabad. Finally, in 532 AD, Theodora, an emperor's anchor and women's champion who was once a child prostitute and later became the Roman empress, put the backbone into her indecisive husband and championed the women's rights. And international celebrations today. Today is Make Your Dream Come True Today. What has been that thing you've been stalling and craving all this day? Today is that day to make that dream come true. Today is National Stickers Day. Unleash your inner child and get creative with some stickers. Today is Poetry Break Day. Are you a poet? Take that break and write that poem that has been in your head since all these days. I know you've been so busy with a lot of activities and you don't have time to write. Create that special 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours and write that poem today. Today is Public Radio Broadcasting Day. Learn how the radio was invented and celebrate all OAPs today. Today is Rubber Ducky Day. Learn about the history of your favorite bat accessory. A lot of us didn't have rubber duck in our bat while growing up, but some of us did, so celebrate it. Today is Blame Someone Else Day. We've all had plenty of practice at blaming other people for whatever went wrong, so today is that day to fully exercise it. And finally, today is Quitters Day. Prepare to be well motivated. It is actually a day to inspire us not to quit. Thank you for staying tuned to the Breakfast Table. I'll be right back after a short break to bring to you the headlines. I remain your host on TV, Elizabeth Alakija. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the Breakfast Table. The headlines, starting with The Nation. Millions of uncollected PVCs force INEC to shift deadline. AGF 6.32 million euro, 5.5 million euros and $390 million looted funds recovered in 7 years. Government woos Spain to invest in gas security. Policemen killed in security agents, kidnappers gun duel. Troops killed 50 terrorists in 3 weeks, says DHQ. Rejection of new Naira notes a crime, CBN warns. NLC, TUC and others endorse Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu. Why I won't campaign for Obi by Obasanjo. Government demands 10 million naira ransom on Osun farmers. Moving on to the Vanguard headlines this morning. Petrol. Scarcity lingers as private depots sells at 240 naira per litres. INEC extends PVC collection deadline to January 29. Obi challenges other candidates on educational records and health status. Capital importation falls 24% to $4.56 billion. AJ's career finished if he loses fight in April, says Yearn. IPOB disowns alleged female executioner. Umu's mother, I stabbed her unknowingly, Chinese national tells court. And finally, on the Daily Sun this morning, Buhari warns international community on election. Don't hand Nigeria over to sick persons, says Obi. INEC bows to prayer, extends time frame for PVC collection. Lagos NLC TUC endorses Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu. Federal government recovers $6.3 million, $390 million, and €6.4 million from proceeds of crime-forfeited assets. DSS admits error in Okupe's arrest. Supreme Court gives jailed Nwaboshi fresh date to challenge 7 years imprisonment. Total BVN registrations now stand as 56.57 million, says NIBS. Abia gubernatorial candidate CAN backs Bishop Onuha ADC candidate. Anxiety as court rules on PDP tickets today. Government approves 24.4 billion naira for smart irrigation scheme, says EVC and Naseni. Four killed as gunmen attack Anambra community. And that's all on our headlines this morning. Thank you for staying tuned to your number one update news channel, Best Update TV, bringing you the best. I remain your host on TV, Alakija Elizabeth. Do stay tuned, keep sharing, liking, and commenting our social media pages, and have a lovely day.